Hello, everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCalSabre here. How are you all doing on this Mother's Day? And for all of you out there, I wish you all a happy Mother's Day if it applies to you. If it not, tell somebody that it does apply to. All right. So we're going to get going here in a couple of minutes or so. I just wanted to say I'm a little tired today. Last night on May 11th, I went down to Riverside, California, and I attended the Alan Parsons Project concert. What a great show that was. I was so happy that I went down there. I went down with my daughter, my son-in-law, and a family friend, and they seemed to have enjoyed it also, but I got back real late. So more late than this old guy normally stays up. Okay, so I want to welcome you all to episode 5 of Talking About. I have a couple subjects here today. I hope some people are able to join us. I know this is Mother's Day, and it may not be a very good time, the timing for doing the show, but I hate to keep changing it. But one of the questions I do have for the audience, whether it's now or later, if you're watching it recorded, is 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the second Sunday of the month. Still a good time for this chat. We've been running real good with 8, 9, 10 people on it, and seem to be a little low today, but I'll attribute that to being Mother's Day. But I just wanted to know if the people that have been supporting the chat, think it's still a good time. So let me know. Let me know in the comments today or in the comments when you watch the recording. If you have anything else you'd like to talk about, just go ahead and bring it up and put it down in the remarks. And I'll remind out there's some of the things I'm asking about are scrolling along the bottom today. One of them is sports board games. I was wondering if do any of you put any house rules into the games? I do, as long as it doesn't affect the game design negatively. I do it if it's going to enhance the fun that I have with the game. I just recently did a demo on one of the games, and I talked about one of the changes that I made. And I was just curious about you guys that play the sports games. Do you put any house rules in? Oh, hi, Phoenix. How you doing? Glad you could stop in for a time here on Mother's Day. Yeah. I think it's a good time for a chat. I'm just hoping that I'm not getting, I'm starting to see some other chats happening around the same time. And I just wonder, but I want to support the guys that have been supporting me. I saw your unboxing from yesterday. It looks like you're getting ready to do a lot of downloads and a lot of printing and cutting and sorting of teams. So that's pretty cool. Keep you busy for a while there. Yeah, as I was saying, that concert last night was really, really good. This is the third time I've seen the Alan Parsons Project. They got to be in my top 5. Somebody asked me down there last night, well, who's the other in your top 5? I couldn't really honestly answer them because I had to really think about it. I was just so home. It was during the intermission and the concert. And I got home pretty late. It was almost like 1 o'clock when I got home. And it's a lot later than this old man's been staying up lately, but it was worth it. And, so on the sports games, Phoenix, I know you play some sport games and that. Do you put any house rules in on your games to enhance your fun? I do it on. I put the one I'm talking about. One of the rules I talk about is penalty rules. Penalties in hockey games are really hard to play with. I don't care which hockey game it is. They're all difficult to play. And so I really work hard to try to get in hockey to get the delayed penalty into the games. And I've done it with other games too. And if you guys haven't checked out 49 Quick Decks Hockey, check it out. It's a pretty good game. I'm still trying to get used to it because there's a lot of moving parts. I did the demo on it the other day, so check that out. I got Rebel Fury on the table, about ready to go for the finally get to do a demo on it. I think I know enough about Mark Herman's system to get that one off the checklist. I've been staying pretty busy with the Superstar Baseball Season 25, which is underway. Some of the teams have 3 games in. I have 2 games in. I have 3 teams that are 1-1 and 1 team that's 0-2. So this is going to be a tough season for me. I have my one team, the Detroit Tigers, are the defending champions, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. We got a new owner, so we got more teams, and so that decreases your chances of winning everything all out. So, but it's fun. Good. Got a nice guy. We got a guy from Tennessee. We're out in California, so we're dealing with time frames, and we're playing the games live with him on Discord, and that's working out real well. And so I'm pretty glad about that. And he's a good guy. So seems to be a good guy, and he knows his baseball, so that's cool too. Don't always put house rules into my sports games, especially when I'm learning them. Yeah, most of the time, that's normally when I put them in after learning. For example, the one I put in the other day, I must have played 5 or 6 learning periods, before I put it in, because I played it the way it was, and then I says, well, I want to see how this works if I put this delayed penalty in. And it worked out fine. It works out okay. It just gives that little extra oomph in the game. Hey, Jay Welts. All right. Thanks for stopping by. So I pull my starting pitchers after 7 innings, unless he has a no-hitter going, house rule. Yeah, that's that's pretty standard. You're pretty tough. You're a tough manager there. Most of the games different baseball games that I play, most of the starting pitchers don't last too much longer after 7 innings anyway, even in our Superstar Baseball League, because once they reach 18 batters, they're considered tired, and then they're automatic outs where they're blank. It's kind of hard to explain without playing. They lose something of their abilities, and then when they reach the 30, they're like exhausted, and then other things come in, like if you roll a 39, which usually just as the batter swings away, if you roll a 39 after 30, it's an automatic base clearing double, which because he's getting real tired. So, there's a lot. And those rules were built into the game. But on some of my other baseball games, I put some house rules in. I guess you could call them house rules in my app of baseball that you watch. If you see my Detroit 1961 season that I record, I use a bullpen chart that I got in one of the APA tournaments, a virtual APA tournament during COVID. And you do a dice roll before the game, and then it tells you, okay, say if the pitcher is normally a 30 batters face pitcher in APA, it'll tell you, okay, he didn't have a real good one. Depending on the dice roll, you might subtract 4 batters from that or add 2 batters from that. So that works out pretty good. It's kind of like simulating that he had a good bullpen session before the game. And I play so many other games that like second season football. In my football games, a lot of people like to play and have some sort of a system to play the defense. Well, I don't even on most of them, I don't even call the plays. There was a gentleman that developed a form for second season, and it's available on their thing shut down, where you roll these D20s, and the D20 will not only give you the play call, but it also gives you the defense called. And so I used that in second season, but I also have adapted it over to APA football, and because I don't want to be partial. I want to be fair to the teams and see what the outcome is. I know if I was calling the plays, it'd be different, but it works out pretty good because I've checked the stats against the number of passes thrown versus the number of running plays and so forth, and it's pretty darn close. Hi, Dennis. Glad to see you could stop in for a little bit today on Mother's Day. I played a Strat All-Star game, and Fernando Varela struck out the first 9. I left him in. He struck out 20 and pitched a perfect game. pitcher's card almost always. Wow, that's pretty crazy. That's a lot. It's 20. I was frustrated the other day because in one of my games, I forget what team I was playing in Superstar, and the guy had 17 strikeouts against me. I hardly got to throw my dice, so that's gets a little frustrating at times. But that's part of the game. All the seasons we've been playing, we've only had one perfect game. We've had several no hitters, but we've only ever had one perfect game, and it was a 10-inning perfect game by, I think it was Grover Alexander. I'd have to look at the records. And let's see what else. So those are some of the things that I do with I guess you could call them house rules or modifications, right? I don't want to really modify the designer's games, but I just alter it a little bit to bring in some more realism or make it more fun for me, you know. The basketball ones, like bank shot basketball, I don't know if any of you are familiar with that. They have on some cards, they have this question mark. And after the play, you pick another card, and you'll this question mark. Well, I haven't been playing that because I think some of it is really extreme because you might turn it over and it'll say, okay, the visitors get 2 points for the next 3 times they come downfield. They get a 2-point basket net. Some of it's a little extreme. So I haven't really implemented yet. I've been really looking at it and trying to develop a house rule to keep that in there, but modify it so it's not so drastic at times. I'm still working on that one though. Some of them it takes me a while to try to figure out. Phoenix was already on there. The answers. I was talking the rest of the guys, people on there, and those that are watching later. I'm still asking: is this the 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time? It's still a good time for us to be having this chat on the second Sunday of the month. We've been having a real good one for about, I don't know, a couple months now. This one's a little bit low today, but I'm kind of blaming that on Mother's Day. A lot of people are taking their wives that are mothers or something doing that. I don't have a wife or a mother anymore, so I have a mother, but she's not. She passed away. So has anybody else out there seen the Alan Parsons Project like I did last night? Any of you guys music fans? No. So I don't have any other topics to bring up, you guys. Why don't you bring up something that we can chat about? Okay, did any of you play Out of the Park Baseball 25? And Phoenix, I have looked at the Mariano boards. I've had them for a long time, but I have not, decided to move away from basic, because basic plays so quick and so fast. And when I go to these tournaments, I only go to one now once a year because the other one's collapsed out here in the West Coast. But if the tournaments are basic, there's some tournament rules as far as how long your relievers can play and whether a J4 can start and so forth like that. But none of them are playing boards. And so I've just been sticking with the basic. I've seen that. I have the Merino boards, and they don't look that difficult to translate to. But I thought, well, maybe it's not worth it for me since tournaments I play in are basic. But who knows? You can never know when I'm going to wake up one morning and say, I'm going to try it. Somebody last month during this session asked me if I ever would think about doing a recording where I show all of the different areas in my house where I do recordings and games and that. And I haven't done that yet, but I haven't forgot about it. Okay, it's still been thinking. In fact, I was thinking of that earlier today. I just figured out how I got to do it because there's like 4 different areas I can take you to. I guess I could do the video on a phone. Maybe if I don't know if the phone lets me pause during recording or not. So the phone, I'll walk from one room to the other. But I haven't forgot about that because I have 3 different areas that I do recording in. This was the very first one that I started with, and I do things like this back here. Okay, Strat basketball. I really want to buy it, but all the cards Strat sells are from recent seasons, and I want the 80s and 90s. Yeah, they're kind of limited in their seasons. Do you have any Strat basketball? I do have Stratomatic basketball, and I play it every once in a while. It's not one of my top games, but all my games, I like all my games. It's not one of my top games, but it does play relatively quickly for basketball. These basketball, hockey, and football games can take a long time. All right. No, I had it in my Strat carton and tossed it back. Yeah, I own. I think I have one season with it. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I haven't added on to it because I don't play it that often, and I what do you call don't have that many seasons. I'm just trying to look right here. I have a thing that tells me seasons listings. Trying to bring that up so I can tell you what I got for Strat basketball. Oh, I guess I got a little more than I've got. I do have a little more than I thought. I have the 2009 to 2010 season set. I have the 2018, 2019 full set, and then I have it must have been come with the game. I have the 2018, 19 teams. There's Boston, Golden State, Milwaukee, Sacramento, and Toronto. So that they must have come with the game when I bought it. So I thought maybe I didn't remember having that many. Yeah, I've been playing. I've been playing more of the bank shot basketball this year because it was a relatively new one to me earlier in the year, and I kind of like the way it plays, and so. But that at least makes me take away time from some of the other games that I really like. The play. I like replay basketball is a good one. I play inside the paint basketball, and then the other one that I play is. Not as often because it takes quite a long time as 4th Street basketball. All right. Anybody following the NBA playoffs? You guys know I'm a Celtics fan. They won last night. They're getting me a little bit nervous. Twice now in 2 series in a row, they've lost game 2 in Boston. And not only lost it, looked terrible losing it. That don't show me that they have a lot of kill left in them. So now they won the game 3. Now they're going to be playing again in Cleveland tomorrow. And hopefully they'll win that and then come back to Boston and end the series like they did the first time. Yeah. Not everybody gets into basketball. And I played a lot of street basketball and a lot of league basketball when I was growing up, and so I got into it at a very young age, and even though I got out of it as I got older, but I still stayed a fan. Yeah, I'm hoping that they will be fine. I get a little, you know, don't like it when the team that's supposed to be had the best record in basketball does that at home, 2 series in a row. Plus, if they don't get Porzingis back before they start facing some of the big, powerful teams, they might be in a little bit of trouble. Because with Porzingis, with that big 7'3", and he shoots them threes like that, when he goes outside, it takes the big guys with him, and the other guys in the Celtics can control the boards. And yeah, Al Horford's doing a pretty good job as an old man. Does anybody have anything exciting going on? Any new projects in their sports games? I don't have any new projects. I still got the payoff pitch 1987 playoffs going. ALCS game number 4 should be coming out this week. And of course, I still have Bank Street basketball going out. Game number 8 for the 2022 should be coming up probably towards the end of the week. Like I said, I got that Civil War game, Rebel Fury, that I'm going to give a short demo to in the next couple days. Well, if you're in August, you are moving along pretty darn good with that replay. I've been relaxing getting my 1956 replay on Fall Classic Baseball going again this summer. I got to do something about that. That's my chase. I'm playing the Yankees that season to see if that Mickey Mantle can follow up with his Triple Crown. He's doing pretty good. At the point in time that I left it, I remember his batting average was starting to climb, and he was leading the league in home runs and RBIs at that time. A Strat Baseball all-team tournament. I don't know if I have any all-time teams for Strat Baseball. What am I going to do here? I happen to have this chart up there. I can't even find it. If the playoffs started today, the Tigers would be the 2 seed in the AL East and would play the Twins in the ALDS. Sounds kind of familiar because that's what I'm playing right now. The Twins and the Twins and the Tigers. That's pretty cool. That's cool. Nice coincidence. I'm doing extended playoffs. What do you mean by extended playoffs? Yeah, Jay Wills. If you're talking about the real Royals, yeah, they're a pretty good team. But Cleveland, some of it isn't slowing down yet in that Central Division. in both leagues. 6 plays. 5. Oh, so you're doing 6. Okay. No, okay. It's almost like a semi-king of the hill for the division. Yeah, that seems like a good rationale. If they don't have a winning season, don't let them play. That happens in the real baseball on occasion, which I'm not a real fond of. It really happens sometimes in football, and that drives me nuts. You have these good teams that get eliminated, and then you're down in another division, and you get some team wins it with a losing record, and they get into the playoffs. Okay, don't forget to mark your calendars for the 26th of the month at 4 p.m. Pacific time. That'll be the monthly Q&A plus the channel's end of month report. And also, don't forget that if you guys got something that you want me to try to do on the channel or look at to try to do on the channel, let me know. And I'll check it out. See if I can do it or not. I haven't had a lot of requests, but I got all of them on, but except for one where it's a little bit hard to play Stratus Pro Football solo. Okay, well, we're coming. Unless somebody else got a last minute something they want to throw in there for the discussion. I said we're going to give this a wrap up because we're coming up on 30 minutes today. It is Mother's Day. I know people are busy, and attendance was a little low today, and I suspect it was because of Mother's Day. So, all you folks out there, thank you very much for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I always enjoy getting your comments and your thoughts. And it helps me in my processing. And we shall see you again. SoCalSabre saying take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and stay safe.